Hey, welcome back to my table. We are on day number 6 of our 90-day journey of God's expressed desire for our heart. We're actually talking about Song of Solomon chapter 1 and verse number 7. And so just to recap and to catch you back up with the last couple of videos, the shepherd girl and the king are in the bedchamber and they're speaking to each other and they're talking about this initial, some of the aspects of their relationship and basically just kind of defining the relationship status they have with each other. And remember, she has doubted his sincerity. She's doubted his the truth and accuracy of the fact that she was beautiful to him. And she's trying to find worth, and not necessarily doubting Solomon maybe as much. Maybe that doubting is not the right word. Maybe she's looking at what he says and she's trying to figure out why she doesn't deserve to have what he is saying, why she doesn't deserve the palace, and why she doesn't deserve the closeness, why she didn't deserve the love that the king is giving to her. What is she bringing to the table? Maybe that's a better way of putting it. Because when I look at my relationship with God, a lot of times what keeps me from enjoying that relationship is when I'm trying to come up with a reason of why I should have the right to have what he says I should have and can have. What makes me worthy, right? I want to be worthy of what he's given me. And so she's talking in verse number 7, and you can hear it in her voice, that wonder. It comes in verse number 7. You see this wonder because he's just got done explaining to her, "You're like silk to me. I've made you silk." And he pushes past some of that the fears and insecurities that she has about his love. And so she makes a statement. She says, "Tell me, O thou whom my soul loveth." And you can read any translation you want. I love the King James. I love the just a very romantic language. I don't know how else to put it. I love it. I love Old English, and I would speak it if we could speak it today. "Telleth me now, whilst I wait." I just something about it I love. But it says, "Tell me, O thou whom my soul loveth, where thou feedest, where thou makest thy flocks to rest at noon. For why should I be as one that turneth aside by the flocks of thy companions? If thou know not, O thou fairest among women," this is his response, "go thy way forth by the footsteps of the flock and feed thy kids beside the shepherd's tents." She's speaking to him. What she's just saying, if you can put it in modern day English, she was just saying, where are you going to be today? Like, what are you doing? He has intrigued her. The fact is that his reaction to her feelings of insecurity, he didn't say, you're foolish. Oh, that's nuts. I told you, didn't I? I told you you're pretty." He didn't come by with that. He just very patient, and God is very patient in our life. When I approach him with an insecurity, he's not looking at me like I'm an idiot because I didn't get it. He comes back and he comes with this calmness and this smoothness and says, "That's okay. Like, Dan, take your time with this, and I'm going to keep showing you. You ask me, and you're seeking me, and you're knocking, and I'm going to keep showing you my heart for you until you can see it in everything you do, in everywhere you go, and in everyone you meet. I will be that real to you, and you won't be able to deny it. Like, I'm going to invade your heart with my love. Go ahead and doubt it, but keep looking. I promise you'll find it." That's his reaction to us. And so when she brought her insecurity to him, and that's how he responded to her, he was just like, she was intrigued, and she said, "Where are you going to be today? Who is this man that made her worthy?" I look at God and I say, who are you? What is man? David said it. He said, "What is man that thou art mindful of him, and you made him a little lower than the angels?" Like, who are we that you would notice us and that you would stop heaven to come down here and redeem us? Like, that intrigues me. And there's nothing I can do to pay you back. That intrigues me. And it became, when God first started teaching me my value, my identity to him, apart from what I did, what I had, what other people thought of me, what intrigued me more, it was no longer, for so long, I was given the God. You see in the church sign, "Since Jesus died for you, shouldn't you, ... Like, it's fill in the blanks. Like, what do we need done? We need a building program. Shouldn't you be involved? And all the different things that come along with that. Almost like God did this. Now you owe him. "Michael, I will do you a favor. I will do this favor. But there may become a day when I will call on you." It's like he's the Godfather again, And it's like he's not. So it intrigued me that God didn't need me, that God wanted me. There's a difference between needing someone and wanting someone. I married you because I need you to do my laundry. I need you to cook my clothes. I need you to take... No, I can do my own laundry. I can wash my own underwear. I can cook my own meals. I didn't ask you into my life because I needed you for those things. I asked you in my life because I want you. I want to do my life with you. When God doesn't need us, man, 900 churches were started last year in Iran because God came to these men in dreams and said, I am Jesus. You can get shot for telling someone that, disowned. These guys, God, what part of that did you and I play? We didn't. God says, I don't need you. We hear those statements say God has no hands but our hands, no feet but our feet, no voice but our voice. And we make God sound like a quadriplegic. And the fact is that God does not need our assistance for anything. He says, I want you. And what the bride is expressing here is she says, where are you going to be today? Because I want to do life with you. Man, my prayer to God in the morning is not, God, don't leave me today. No, it's God, what can we do today? What do you want to do together today? Like, who should we talk to? What do you want to do? Where do you want me to go? Where can we go together? I don't want to miss out on what God's doing that day. I want to be a part of it. And she comes to the king and she says, where are you going to be today? Where are you going to be? Because I want to be there with you. I don't want to hear about you from other people. I don't want to hear about all the great things you've done in someone else's life. I want to hear how you had great moves for so-and-so and you did all this great stuff for so-and-so back in the day. I want those stories of my own. I used to sit as a boy in church and I listened to people talk about God and all the things that they did with God in their life. And I would just say, man, I really want that in my own life. I really want that for me. I want to see God answer prayer for me. I want to see God provide for me. I want to see God protect me. I want to see God do all those things in my life. You have not because you ask not. And she was expressing her desire to be near the groom so she could learn about him. And it's his genuine love that attracted her to him. It was not the power. She'd seen powerful men before. It was not the wealth. She saw wealth. She didn't have to live in the palace to see the wealth of Solomon. It was genuine love that attracted her. How many of you know that money cannot buy you love? It can buy you the appearance of love. It can buy you aspects that come along with love, but it can't buy you that emotional bond of connectedness from another human heart that says, I choose to graft to you. I choose to desire you. You can't make George Strait saying, you can't make a heart love somebody. You can lead a heart to love, but you can't make it fall. Yeah, I should be singing country western, right? But she said, I desire to be with you. And it was his love that attracted her to him. And I just say that genuine love always attracts. Always. When you truly begin to understand and accept God's love for you, it draws you to want to be around it. It draws you to want to experience it in your life. And it's not something that someone can guilt you into doing. It's like, man, I really, truly want this in my own life. You'll no longer be content to hear about it in someone else's life. Like, I want this for myself. And I wasn't happy until I got it. I wasn't happy until I finally figured out God's love for me. And now to see it explode on a daily basis, you're just like, whoa, that is overwhelming to me. I don't know how I lived before, but I would never go back to that way before. So here's my question. What ways have you seen God demonstrate his love for you the strongest? What ways have you seen God demonstrate his love for you the strongest? Because it's those things that are the attractors. Those things that attract you to him. And so I invite you today to take some time and think about the different ways that God has loved you and he's demonstrated that love for you the strongest. Maybe it was somebody in your life that he allowed to come in your life at just the right time, at just the right moment that made a difference. That wasn't an accident, that was a God allowed experience. Maybe it was something that God has taken upon himself and helped you. Maybe it's something God has healed you from, but it's some way that you say that God demonstrated love for me. Your love language with God, if you want to put it that way. What way is that? Well, thank you very much for being with me. Tomorrow, on the next video, we're going to talk about you are as lovely as a horse. When Solomon compares his bride to a horse and how incredibly powerful and romantic that is. And you will wish that someone compared you to a horse when you hear this one. You'd be like, man, but tell me I'm like a horse. You're going to want to hear this as we cover this next chapter, or next verse rather, in the next video. Thanks so much for watching along with me. Thanks for coming to my table. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.